Ancient Persia shimmered with riches and splendor. King Xerxes ruled from his magnificent throne. He was a powerful king, used to obedience. Among the many subjects in his vast kingdom lived a young Jewish woman named Esther. Esther was beautiful and kind. She lived with her cousin Mordecai, who had raised her as his own daughter. Mordecai was a wise man. He knew that life in Persia could be dangerous for Jews. He advised Esther to keep her Jewish identity a secret. Esther, trusting her beloved cousin, agreed. She would be known simply as a young woman of Persia, her heart heavy with the secret she kept. Meanwhile, King Xerxes sought a new queen. His wife, Queen Vashti, had defied him. The king, enraged by her disobedience, removed her from her position. A grand search began for a new queen, one who would please the king with her beauty and grace. Esther, with her captivating beauty, was brought to the palace. She was among many young women presented to the king. Xerxes was captivated by Esther's charm. He chose her to be his queen, unaware of the secret she held close to her heart. Life in the palace was filled with luxury. Esther, now queen, kept her past a closely guarded secret. Mordecai, ever vigilant, spent his days at the palace gates. He kept a watchful eye on his beloved Esther, his heart heavy with unspoken worry. One day, Mordecai overheard a sinister plot. Two of the king's guards planned to assassinate Xerxes. Mordecai acted quickly, alerting the guards and saving the king's life. At the same time, a cunning and ruthless man named Haman rose to power in the king's court. Haman despised Mordecai. He seethed with anger because Mordecai refused to bow down to him. Haman's rage burned, consuming him with the need for revenge. Blinded by hate, Haman devised a wicked plan. He convinced King Xerxes that the Jews were dangerous and should be eliminated. Haman cast lots to determine the day of the massacre, a day that would become a day of dread for the Jews. The king, unaware of Esther's true identity, agreed to Haman's evil plan. A dark decree was issued, sealing the fate of the Jews in Persia. The news of the decree reached Mordecai. He was devastated. He tore his clothes in mourning and sent word to Esther, pleading with her to intercede with the king. Esther was torn. Approaching the king without being summoned was a dangerous act, punishable by death. Yet Esther knew she could not remain silent. She had to act, even if it meant risking her own life. She gathered her courage and decided to approach the king. She requested that King Xerxes and Haman attend a grand banquet. Intrigued, the king agreed, unaware of the purpose behind Esther's invitation. The banquet was lavish, filled with delicious food and wine. Esther, however, could barely eat. The weight of her secret and the impending doom of her people pressed down on her. She needed to act strategically. At the end of the first banquet, Esther requested that the king and Haman join her for a second banquet the following night. The second banquet was as grand as the first. Finally, Esther, her heart pounding in her chest, revealed her hidden Jewish identity to the king. She told him of Haman's evil plan, exposing his treachery and the danger that threatened her people. Xerxes was furious. He had been deceived by Haman. He immediately ordered Haman's arrest. Haman's plan to exterminate the Jews was foiled. The king, grateful to Mordecai for saving his life, bestowed upon him great honors. Haman was hanged on the very gallows he had built for Mordecai. The Jewish people were saved from annihilation. To commemorate their deliverance, they established the festival of Purim. This joyous festival, celebrated with feasting costumes and the exchange of gifts, serves as a reminder of Esther's bravery, Mordecai's wisdom, and the triumph of good over evil. The story of Esther echoes through time, a testament to the power of courage and the importance of standing up for what is right, even in the face of danger.